Ba, ba, ba-da-da-da. Welcome to Coco's Corner. I'm the huge one, Dave Koco from Kocosports.com or Kocosports.net, KOCOsports.net. It's where the world comes to kick ass, your home for combat sports, and above all, where it's okay to be a passionate fan. If you watched Main Event, as always, we ask you, did you think it was a win, loss, or tie? Me, I think it was a win. WWE ended 2015 with two good shows back to back, and I enjoyed it. Nothing says, nothing says you're rocking New Year's Eve like listening to a fat nerd talk about WWE Main Event. So I just want to say from Coco Sports, all of us to you, Happy New Year's. Hopefully 2015 will be awesome. We have a huge project that we're hoping a lot of people jump aboard with that we'll be announcing later this month. And if you want, besides also win, loss, and tie, talk about some New Year's resolutions. I have some New Year's resolutions, some of them serious, some of them not so much. So please, down in the comments, win, loss, tie, and if you have some New Year's resolutions. One, I want 2015 to be the year of content. If it's not about making content, I want to eliminate it. And that includes like arguing on Facebook about stuff that has nothing to do with content, wasting my time on stuff that has nothing to do with content. Another thing that I want to do is try to do a podcast every day of the year, including, New Year's Eve, January 1st. I'll probably fail at this, but at least I want to at least have an attempt to. And also, one serious one is I don't want to say all. I don't do it that much, but I don't want to say all, like all Americans, all UK guys, all purple aliens, all. It makes you sound like a fucking idiot. And with that, I'm just not. I don't think I do this too much, but I don't want to randomly blame shit on a make believe terrorist group. What I mean by that is the IWC. The IWC doesn't exist. It just doesn't. It doesn't fucking exist. It's not fucking real. It's just people randomly make up this fucking group of people that do not exist and blame shit on them. They're like, do you like John Cena's shirt, the purple shirt, or the blue shirt better? And your response is, well, I don't give a fuck what the IWC says. Well, I think the purple shirt's better. Fuck the IWC. You're just fucking making up enemies that don't fucking exist. Please leave that to fucking governments. All right. And another New Year's resolution that I'm going to do is a huge project, and I hope that people jump aboard and really thing. I run a bunch of companies, and in 2013 or 2014, I forget what year, I was like, I'm going to cut any company that doesn't make a profit. You don't have, I know any company that doesn't make a loss. And I think in 2015, I'm going to stop being CEO or a guy in charge of running companies. I think I run a lot of companies and just my health sucks. And I don't know if I can run a bunch of companies day to day. So I'm still going to be doing podcasting and all that. But, I think there's people that can run my companies better than me in my companies. So I'll probably step down on a lot of companies and just worry about making content and family and stuff like that. Maybe if my health gets better for 2016, I'll go back to running companies. But you know what? I think running day-to-day companies might be out of the picture for 2015. All right. There's my New Year's resolutions. Please share some of yours. Happy New Year's from Coco Sports. Hopefully you're all safe. I know in America it's still New Year's Eve, so hopefully you guys are party rocking and being safe. And hopefully, 2015, it's just so much negative, and it seems like the negativity keeps getting worse and worse, or better and better depending on how you look at it. And the negativity just keeps growing. I hope in 2015 we all have just a better year. All right, break down WWE main event results. That's what you all came for. You didn't care. You don't care about the new year. You don't care about 2015. You don't care about partying with hot chicks and champagne. You care about a fat guy yelling on YouTube. Okay, I'm being a little delusional here, but let me go with it. You care about a fat guy breaking down a C show. That's what you use, a WWE C show. That's what you want. That's what you came for, and that's what I'm here for. All right, so let's break this down as best we can. Boom, boom, boom. Overall, I gave this main event a win. for a C show was pretty good. And WWE, I thought, had a great Raw, great main event. Could this be the year WWE is actually amazing? I hope so. I hope so. All right, so it starts off with the Peep Show, rated R, superstar Peep Show, fucking extravaganza. It looks like Edge and Christian will be here all week. I'm not a big fan of guest hosts, but if you are going to have guest hosts, I prefer the retired wrestlers. I prefer the injured wrestlers. I prefer appearances by these guys. We are pro wrestling fans, and even though Larry the Cable Guy did a pretty decent job, and we've had a couple guest hosts, a lot of them just appear. And I don't keep up with pop culture as much as I probably should. All right, that's a lie. I probably should know less about pop culture. But with that said, yeah, I don't mind when legends return. And Edge and Christian, together, they just have such a great chemistry. I mean, I don't know. I would actually love to see these guys maybe try out for commentary or maybe come back more often. But yeah, they do a thing. They do a peep show. I'll just call it peep show just because Christian was always my favorite. They do a peep show and they bring out Adam Rose and the Rosebuds. They pretty much insult Adam Rose, use tons of old school wrestling references, which I'm always a big fan of, and they basically embarrass Adam Rose. Adam Rose is like, all right, forget this, I'm leaving. And the Rosebuds stay with Edge and Christian to pose and dance and go crazy. And there you have it. Boop, boop. And during this 5-second thing with the Exotic Express, with the, with the Exotic Express, I love Edge and Christian, but Christian doing the little dance looked like it just showed his age. It was like he's 900 fucking years old doing it. So, and they also are doing a storyline where they file a lawsuit against WWE. Usually this stuff is pretty stupid. I don't really enjoy the lawsuits, but if it keeps Edge and Christian around, I'm okay with the lawsuit. And on top of that, the lawsuit makes a little bit of sense in the kayfabe universe, just because they're injured and probably will never wrestle again. But usually when it comes to lawsuits and WWE and all that, in the kayfabe world, I just find it to be ridiculous. But I give them a pass because of my love, maybe a little hypocritical, but my love of Edge and Christian. And plus, Edge and Christian are pretty much retired. I mean, we're not really 100% sure with Christian, but it really looks like he's on his way out if he's not retired already. And Edge, with his neck injury, retired a long time ago. So, boom, boom. There you go. And then the first match of the night, I absolutely love NXT. And this women's match it was a million times better than anything the WWE Divas did in forever. It was WWE's NXT Women's Champion Charlotte defeating Sasha Banks. And for WWE standards, it was probably the best women's match in a really long time. And I'm glad, NXT people are, and I'll talk about that in a little bit, but NXT people, once they get to the main stage, have a big problem of getting over. I'll talk about that right now. I really believe WWE hates NXT. You ever notice when Michael Cole signs off on the WWE Network on Main Event, he says, we'll see you on SmackDown? He never plugs NXT. Well, if you're on a WWE Network, wouldn't you want to plug a WWE Network next? You talk about the Monday Night Wars show. You talk about SmackDown. They never sign off on Main Event saying, "Oh, next will be NXT," or the next time you'll see us. And either that, and not only that, but some people are like, "Oh, well, maybe it's just Michael Cole." But then he wouldn't say us. He wouldn't say us. He would say, next time you see me would be on SmackDown. I honestly believe they fucking hate NXT, and I honestly believe that they want all these people to come up and fail. But, if you are a true pro wrestling fan and you want NXT to be the future and you want in-ring talent to matter, you have to, if you're at a live event, go absolutely crazy for the NXT, the better NXT guys. You just have to, because, if they keep getting responses like Bo Dallas, like the Ascension, we're never going to see wrestling change for the better. So in 2015, we as pro wrestling fans, we have to go out of our way to cheer for talent. especially when it's NXT talent coming on up. The universe was pretty behind it, but it was just an amazing match. I love Charlotte and Sasha Banks. When they first appeared, I wasn't a big fan, but they won me over. And as far as WWE goes, this is probably the best women's match I've seen in a while. So congratulations. Then Titus ONeil came out. He defeats Justin Gabriel. I was a little happy and sad about this. I'm really happy that Titus ONeil, Florida Gator. Yeah, I love the Florida Gators, by the way. That's why I love that he's trying to go with the Gator. He says it's the year of the Gator, 2015. I honestly believe for a WWE big-muscled out freak, he can wrestle pretty damn good for that type of character. And him being a Gator, I'll root for him. But it's still sad that Justin Gabriel has to keep losing over and over and over again. So hopefully Titus ONeil can get the star package because he's got the muscles that WWE loves so much. And for a guy that looks like that, he's not the worst wrestler in the world. And for WWE standards, I root for that. All right, you got me. I love the Florida Gators, and I root for Florida Gators no matter what. All right? Even that fucking Tim Tebow. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me use his birthday. Baby Jesus. Even Baby Jesus. If you're a Florida Gator, I root for you. And I hated the Dallas Cowboys, but Emmitt Smith was a Florida Gator. Oh, the hard times rooting for that son of a gun. All right, so Titus ONeil beats it. And not only that, but it was a really nice finisher. They had... he visually describing it through WWE, but it was basically a power bomb from the top rope, and it looked pretty damn good. And Justin Gabriel sold it. I hope they do something with both these athletes. I really do. Hopefully 2015 will turn it around. And I'm not saying Titus ONeil will give you 5-star matches. I'm saying he's a Florida Gator. Do the chomp, you son of a guns. All right, and then the main event, which I enjoyed. I hope I get really excited for the tag team division, and then it goes down, and then I get really excited. I enjoyed this match. I thought it was a really good match. I hope that they bring in tag teams, more tag teams from NXT, and I hope that they concentrate on the tag team division, because WWE constantly, if you told me, like, if you just randomly said, would you want to see a WWE main event, or would you rather see a WWE Tag Team Championship match, and you could only choose one, and you don't know who's going to be in that match, I would always choose the tag team match. They deliver way more than the main event does. They are very steady. They remind me of, like, a really good clutch hitter. You know, they don't get many home runs, but they get hits when it matters. I see the tag team division not as a Mark McGuire where they hit home runs, but as an Ichiro. He'll always get on base, always get on base. It'll always be a good match, and this was a really good match. You had the tag team champions, Usos, defeat Goldust and Stardust. They tried a lot of new moves. It was really exciting because, a lot of people were complaining they were doing the same old shit, but they did try some new moves, and the match ends when Cody Stardust messes up and kicks his brother. And then it leads to an Uso splash. So will there be tension between Goldust and Stardust? Growing up, I was never a big WWF fan. I was a WCW guy, but even that, I really liked the WWF for their tag team division back when I was a kid with the Nasty Boys, the Hart Foundation, and Demolition. I hope that they focus on tag team wrestling and they don't break up a lot of these tag teams and one team doesn't become the John Cena, because there's a lot of the Usos they're the John Cena of the tag team division. I'm like, no, they're the faces of the tag team division, but they're not John Cena. They can fucking wrestle. That's a huge difference, all right? But I hope they don't push the Usos the same way, even though the Usos are on my fantasy wrestling team. I hope they don't push the Usos the same way they push John Cena. And they just have wins, losses, and they rebuild the glory days of the tag team division. I'm really excited going into 2015 for the tag team division, but like I said, sometimes it looks like WWE is going to do awesome stuff with the tag team division, and sometimes they're like, all right, here you go. One thing I hope they stop doing, even though Miz and Mizdow turned out pretty damn good, I hope they stop randomly throwing two dudes together and winning the title. Like if you're not built up as a legit tag team and haven't had a couple matches, you shouldn't get around the tag team titles. And you should look like a tag team, feel like a tag. Goldust, Stardust feel like a tag team. The Usos are definitely a tag team. Miz and Miz. At first they didn't seem like a tag team, but they really built their own and made it feel like a chemistry and a tag team and a gimmick. The Ascension, but less Daniel Bryan and Canes. Even though Team Hell No was a lot of people love Team Hell No for the comedy aspect. But here's the problem: Team Hell No never felt like a tag team. It felt like Daniel Bryan and Kane. And not only that, but then you get these two superstars that are randomly thrown together, even though it was entertaining. But they're big main event guys in the eyes of WWE, so they have to win all the fucking time, and that destroys your tag team division. The tag team champions and the tag team division should only be about legit tag teams, and hopefully they do that. It looks like they're going to do that, but I don't want to give you any spoilers, but I'll tell you from WWE's past, they build up the tag team division, they build up the Intercontinental title, and then they forget about it. They're like, all right, forget about it. Just spread that shit around to give it to anybody. Kane needs a title. Let's fucking give Kane and Hornswoggle tag team title run. All right, so overall, I gave it a win, and hopefully 2015 does good. Happy New Year's to you all. Thank you for all the comments on the Facebook for the Happy New Year's. Same thing with Twitter and all that. All right. Any nuts. Yeah, so I give it a win. Please in the comments, win, loss, or tie. Happy New Year's, and all that fun stuff. Oh, we do have a comment. Oh, no, we don't. We have a comment from yesterday's show. Yeah, if you are part of, we did our fantasy wrestling draft. Probably in a couple hours, Wrestling Ranton will be giving an award show. I hope to do a pay-per-view profits. I also hope to do our award show before Wrestle Kingdom. And yeah, we did our thing. So if you are part of our fantasy wrestling or want to be part of our fantasy wrestling, please check out yesterday's video or early today's video, depending on what time zone you're in. All right. Like, comment, subscribe. Go to Kocosports.net. Happy New Year. With that, I am over. Oh, and on who's this? Boop boop boop. Before I let you go, I want to give you a comment on Google Plus. Dalton Sumner said, "Happy New Year, Happy New Year, Dalton Sumner. It is dedicated to you." All right, and we do have a comment. Colin Day says, "Happy New Year, Happy New Year, everybody." All right, thank you for the live comments. Appreciate it. Be safe. All right, like, comment, subscribe. Kocosports.net. Happy New Year. With that, I am over. Dun 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 dun.